Go. Now they got it. Sweet. They're jumping back on rope. Doing another pull. They're yarding away, working within their budget with the Rock Exotica. So they're breaking it loose. Extend it out again, so they could have captured a little bit more and maximized. A little kid in the ring. Very key to be aware. Safety is always crucial. Make sure everyone has their PPE. But even with having PPE on, that log that's sitting aloft, you do not want to be underneath that log. That log will pummel you and put you in a place you don't want to be. So staying clear of anything that's aloft and working safely is crucial. Just about getting up to the bell, they need to call it out, the color and the number to qualify at this point.
Get it? What number?
Call out the number.
Call the number.
And the color.
5 yellow.
So they got 5 yellow, so they have more points on the board. Locking up the pour wrap, they're going to release and lower the piece back down. Getting the Rock Exotica mechanical advantage off there.
Yep, lower.
Whenever lowering a piece of wood, you want to stand clear that you're not actually stepping on the rope. Get yourself caught up on it. Now they continue it on. As you guys can notice, we do have some French speaking going on today. Jambo is not just part of the United States of America. We do have representation from Canada and also representation from across the pond out of Europe here today. We have some great competitors, true industrial athletes that are in the trees today and on the ground. This is not just a simple he-hove of moving wood. It really takes the mental capacity to be able to figure out what your plan is, how to use physics, the forces, the vectors you create. So it's a mental, it's a physical, and it's going to be a long day of exhaustion for these gentlemen and ladies today, figuring out their plans, executing their plans. And the gentleman in the tree is climbing on a single rope system with a rope wrench. Not a rope wrench. Variety of carib. New that TreeStuff has. If you go to TreeStuffdotcom, you can find it right there. I'll get the name for you guys later. I got a variety of ropes, rigging pieces. They're all clearing it out, and then we have our next team coming in a little bit. Let's go swing over to the DMM and see what they have going on.
Hey, we started an hour late, so as fast as you get another group going.
So we started an hour late. We're going to continue on rocking through this. We're in the DMM rigging challenge, and we have the log needs to be moved from this area. This ring right here has to come out of this ring and placed on here. As you can notice, the last team who was just in here not get completely level and flat and land it, so we'll come back when the next team starts rocking and rolling. We'll possibly swing by some of our sponsors and vendors later today, and we have a variety of other challenges throughout the Jambo. If you guys are in Indiana, come on out to see us. We're at the Holiday Inn Park. Is that true? Sweet. Great place, beautiful day. It's quite warm and humid. Make sure to stay hydrated. We're going to continue bringing you guys live coverage all day long and tomorrow as the event unfolds. Let's go ahead and take a look at last year. The challenge was you had to keep it below a particular load in the tree. They had a dyno up there. So this is the collection of gear you get to work with. You have a variety of DM pulleys, hubs, and now we're actually getting ready for Team 31 and 34. They're going to get started up next. So they're bringing all the equipment back. Let me just find out if, what their plan is for getting the staging all set back up. I'm curious on this. Are you guys resetting the log? We'll come back to that later. So we got a variety of ropes, straps, slings, dead eyes they get to work with. They have access lines in the tree, which are the red lines for climbers to go up on. And then we have orange lines that will be for aero rescue, which are not in this event. And then there's also a blind log flying competition part where they have to rig a log standing up on end through this path and bring it out the other side. So we'll be showing that later as the next group begins. So we got the next group coming in. Let's go ahead and come on in. So we got Hamel sharing.
There's no throw line. If you want to use a throw line, you got to bring one.
Sharing what the gear they get to use. We have a 5-to-1 fiddle block system set up in here for them.
The poles you can use, okay?
You're seeing behind us, they're using a nice brush manager, a little mini steer. Going to end up taking the log and reset it in its place. One of the challenges is to move that without interfering with the caution tape at all. We'll see if you can get this back out nice and smooth. Doing a great job. Leveraging iron is a great way to save your crew's back and also to be working safe. Using the technology of machinery can make a huge difference with your crew to be able to move large pieces of wood, to be very efficient and maximize your efficiency on the crew and on the job site. So whenever you get a chance to use either a little swinger or a variety of other machineries out there, we do have our sponsors out here as one of them. Be gentle, make sure not to get anything hurt or injured when working around. Communicate with the operator at all times. And just like that, set down inside the ring. So now the next crew coming in, 2 teams, they're figuring out what they want to use for capturing. They're figuring out what they want to use for setting things aloft. Getting the rundown of the gear and equipment. There's a variety of stuff you can use and the ways you can set them up, of mechanical advantages, sometimes your single pull. On average, you think about how much a human can pull, it ends up being roughly the weight of the person. Some people have a stronger strength to weight ratio, but one thing you want to look at is it's going to be about the grip you have or the friction you have with your feet. If you weigh, say, 175 pounds, you can roughly lift 175 pounds. Unless you're a little more challenged, then that might not work.
It's on station 16.
16? Cool.
Use your zoom, bro.
Okay, cool. So is this mic, okay, no, cool. Sweet. So we're working on some technical difficulties on camera. Cool, we're working on camera and sound. And we're on a variety of microphones and so what is necessary of what the execution job is. Taylor's with DMM does a great job creating some on
onto that, and you're not going to be able to do it anyway. If this is our little mini piece, right? Okay, so, you know, obviously you're going to have to lift it up relatively flat, or, you know, whatever. You can lift it up however you want, as long as you can lift it.
Taylor's showing a mini piece of the wood, what they need to do with it, how they need to execute this event.
You need to then rig it differently so that you can set it.
Once it lands in the ring he was in, now they need to bring his other ring and set the log on its side. So this is a double pick and move on this log. It's going to be a very challenging move, and
I
then
want this arm at least at 45 degrees.
they need to figure out the lay of the log, things they can touch, things they can't touch. If you go underneath the log, you will be disqualified. That does not work out for you at all. Yes, the golden helmet.
How's it going?
Going good. Thank you for volunteering, helping out,
No problem.
being a judge.
You guys saw what was going
Second.
on over here. You're going to get set up, and then you're all going to turn around. Yep. Right?
So this challenge here is where you can set up, and then you got to turn your back in, and one person guides the piece through the arena.
You must put it in the fair lead, and that fair lead naturally.
They're working with PRCS. This allows you to bring pieces aloft very easily. There's a fair lead on the top, which Taylor is talking to him about, and how you set it up. The wrap friction on the Harkin winch. Then they capture on a fair lead again, and then actually capture inside the cog and the teeth that actually capture and loading it. And now he's got a handle.
We can walk away from that. Yep.
And then with the handle you have one direction, I believe is a 4-to-1. The other one is a
High speed.
22-to-1. I'm not sure the numbers. So you can go either counterclockwise or clockwise. We'll give you high speed or high power, as Taylor was saying. It is a great tool. If you guys haven't had a chance to use one of those on the job site, it allows you to have basically a mini crane in the tree. The climber using this tool vertically. We had a chance to use it. And then the other part he's talking about right now is how to release the load. You want to come in line when releasing the load. If you come off the end, it pulls off, and you have coming on. So now he's popped out the pigtail. The pigtail allows you to feed the line directly right in, which is a great system that Greg Good created. It's an amazing device, and there is a put that up as one person on the crew. It's really not necessary to have two people set it up, but two people work out great. The pigtail has a pin release, so you can drop it out.
All the way around. Go ahead and crank. When you take it off, very carefully. Do not walk. Carefully unwrap it. You can use pigtail on either side. Or over here. Okay.
Great tool. Highly recommend it. Gentlemen get to play with new tools they may have not had a chance to work with before. This is not just these guys are about ready to get started. Ready to with this competition, you only have 30 minutes, and they have it set up where they give you activities within them. That's very difficult, very hard to possibly possible. Try to create these that no factor within the time that they're working with. Cool. Just curious where my cameraman went. He's hanging out over there. Nice seeing you. So, am I still live over there? You picking me up? Nice, still being picked up. So we're about ready to start in a little bit, and they're gonna get in the arena. They're figuring out their plan. It's always key to have a plan on what you're gonna do as a team and as a crew. Having a plan and then executing that plan is what you wanna do. And then along the way, there's things that might change where you need to adapt to a new plan because you have things come up. You might have a breakdown, you might have a failure, and you wanna be able to work with that, or things just might not run as smooth as you're planning on, or whatever challenge you run into. So that's where you really want to be able to be adaptable to the situation or scenario. But again, this is a very key, using the brain, using your bronze to execute these events. This is not just a quick climb. This is not this is one way fits all. It's really about how the team comes together, how they use their ideas, their concept, how to maximize and then implementing and use. So they got a couple more questions. Use what they can't use. Rock and rolling here shortly.
You guys ready to rock?
Good.
One, two, three.
Cool. Next in, they got their throw. They're going after what you use. Picking up looks like a beach climber. Going after a couple of rope he's going with. Figuring out what gonna go with a pintle and a spacer. So now they're setting up their rigging system, already setting a porter wrap at the base of the tree. With the porter wrap, he is going to tie, is he going for a timber hitch or a cow hitch? It looks like he's going for a cow hitch. So the key is that part of being is knowing all your knots, tying all your knots properly. And got a cow hitch, he's getting in there. People to learn. On the cow hitch. You can see that camera or not, your sort of questions over. Their plan on what they want to execute. They have a red lowering line here. 5/8 rigging line. Pour wrap's already setting up multiple rigging points, multiple tie points on the log with a hub in the center so you balance the piece out. Adjusters or not.
You guys can use any tree in the ring for setting up any rigging that
You're allowed to use any tree.
set it up right.
Blocking. So it's really crucial. If you choose to be a certified tree work climbing specialist, there's actually 15 knots you get to choose from that you need to tie. And you want to know your knots climbing system. You're able to tie that with your eyes closed. It's a way to know the system and know how to tie it in case you get debris in your eyes. We do wear safety glasses. That is required as part of your PPE, but we do work with some. You definitely can get stuff behind your safety glasses. If you can't see, you still want to tie your system and exit out of the tree if you need to do self-rescue. So, let's see here. At this point, we have a heavy side and a light side. One side and a 6-inch cut on the other side. So we're now adding some Prusiks. They're going to do looks like either a VT or a French Prusik attaching. He's going for a VT. He's crisscrossing them back. Oh no, he's changed it up. He is doing a might be a distal. Setting in a hitch climber behind that. Adjust the hitch using carabiners. All this equipment they're using is used for rigging. Do not use personal equipment for rigging, and do not, because once you use personal equipment for rigging, it's been compromised, you climb on that piece of equipment again. So make sure that whatever rigging stays rigging, whatever used for personal climbing stays for personal climbing. Do not climb any rigging systems. Make sure always to be safe. That allows you to do it day in and day out, and allows you to go home to your friends, families, and loved ones. So make sure to be safe at everything you do. Now they're rigging up the swivel with 2 carabiners on the top, and capturing on the hub, and they're figuring out where they want to adjust another steel carabiner. So it's crucial to have your plan, execute your plan. Again, being key. You guys are figuring out fly some pieces to it, and we'll see this piece. Inside that taped off caution area. Now they're allowed to be in there.
25 minutes remaining. 25 remaining.
25 minutes. Fired already. They're figuring out their adjustment. They're taking slacks out of their system. They're setting up the mechanical advantages. They have actually 2 GRCS and a fiddle block over here on my left. On fiddle block on the green rope CS. Fair lead, make your rep on GRCS. As you can see, some of the ropes are already a little bit tight. They're going to have that adjust. Curious on how they can do this, because I don't know if they're going to reach in to adjust. Let me just reach in to touch that or not once it goes left. Okay, cool. So once it goes aloft, they that one leg. So they need to figure this out beforehand on adjusting that leg. Unless they one of the sticks pull that slack out of that one hitch, as soon as they will not be able to. So not a walk. It really challenges the mind, the capacity of what you're doing. Figure out your systems, have them run smooth. So we're just about ready to launch here. All get on the quarter wrap.
Good idea. Think about the ground. You can't touch it. Whatever. Make sure you got
A couple on tags and poles. They're adding a couple ropes to it. Tag line on it. Hopefully enough. He might get himself in trouble. He uses the end of the 5-1.
Yeah, maybe hold the far one.
This. So they have the orange line locked off. This is going to allow a point. They have the pole. They're going to start to launch this. We'll see how this is going to come off.
It's okay, but you know what I mean? I don't want like 5 feet of slack. You're okay for now.
Cool. So they want to make sure they capture, not leave slack in the red line. So they're going to capture on the port. Figuring out the challenge here. Nice and smooth.
Watch it now.
Red line.
So the piece is pivoting on the tail or butt end of it, which is it. So they're tool to help manipulate the piece as they bring it along.
Red line, come on up. Alright, orange line. Got this orange line, yep. Tag line's free.
They're getting a challenge, definitely. Watch out, crank up.
Yep, orange line up.
Agile, gentle, calling out their colors, making them orange. Red line's hauling.
Red line. Alright, give me green line.
Capture on the reds, getting a little tight. Gonna try and capture with by himself. Hand wrap on the mechanical advantage. Best practice.
On the red line. You got it?
There he goes. He's good. Release on pull wrap.
Alright, give me a little bit on the orange line.
So now they're taking the orange line in.
Go hanging branch.
Red line, give me back.
Taking the mechanical advantage.
Lock that off on the corner wrap and then you
Okay. Cool. Sorry if you guys are losing me. I'm standing on the far side away from my camera. I'll get closer so you can see my audio. So they're trying to release the mechanical advantage on the porter wrap. Trying to take the slack out of it. So the log's sitting aloft, pivoting around, it's sitting on a swivel.
Take it off, take it off. 20 minutes remaining.
10 minutes expired, time is of the essence. You gotta have your plan, gotta execute your plan.
Slide it up.
You gotta keep safe. Everything you're doing.
Hey, don't walk under the load now, guys. Be careful.
Do not hang underneath this load. If one of these ropes fail, or if the tie-in or rigging point fails, it is not a pretty thing. Even with wearing your PPE, it is great having a helmet, it is great using safety glasses, but when you have a 800-pound piece of wood come down with gravity, it's not a pretty picture. So definitely, safety is awareness.
Yeah, more. Pull green. Turn the handle.
So he's capturing the green rope.
Crank it. Crank it.
Taking more on green.
Down red. Down red. Clear, loose gear.
So this is where communication is crucial.
Hold it.
How to lower.
Hey, Vic, keep an eye on that. Green, green. A little more. All right, hold it. A little bit red.
They're trying to land the butt of the log right on to the striped piece of wood of stump. So now it's about pivoting, turning, and landing that piece. They like to make a challenge. This is definitely one of them.
Get enough wraps off. Get enough wraps
See he's coming down.
Get enough wraps off.
So you need to take out of the capture, bring it around. You do not want to bring it out the end. There's a pigtail. This is all about control. That's what the GRCS is all about. I think they want to release the red.
Hold it, hold it. Yep. Slow down. Hold it. Hold it. Don't let it hit the ground. Oh, we got it off the ground.
They need to release red. You hold on green.
Give me some on the red line. I can't pick up none. You want it off? Give me some, let off some on the red line. Hold on.
It's trying to manipulate with sheer force.
Red line. Four low. Orange line. Orange line. Orange line.
So he's holding with all his might.
Push it back. A little bit on the red line. A little bit on the red line. Push it back my way. A little bit on the red line.
This is key to land this. This is like, challenge, involved challenges. Now he's going to use a pole to pivot it. Whew. This is amazing. These guys are sweating in here.
Red line down. Hold it.
Oh. Oh. If it.
Lock's coming down. Hold that line there.
Oh, it slid off. So now I got to relaunch it. You got to keep it off the ground. It almost touches. They have about.
Hold it.
They are so close. Oh!
All right, it's over. Put it down.
Touch the ground.
Just set it down now and re-rig it for the next part.
Yep.
So that part of the event's done. They can set it down and re-rig for the next piece if they want to continue
All
on.
the way down.
Challenge here, really big challenge. It's not easy walking the park. Communication is key, rigging is key, how you set this up is key. So now this next part, they need to take this piece, stand it up on end, and get it into the triangle.
4 points. That's
Let's try for this one.
1 point.
So landing this piece here was 200 points. Standing up on end is only 4 points. And then the other thing is they get one more piece on here. So this is definitely not a walk in the park. No one's going home easy. It's really amazing, the communication, working as a team. You need to have each other's backs. You need to be paying attention to what's going on and be able to execute it. This is where teams really come together. And so now they're covering how they need to set this piece up, how they need to move it aloft. Since they're already set up, they're going to rig it on the smaller limb to bring it aloft, and then they're going to pivot it. They have taglines. They're figuring out if they need to make any other adjustments to it, and they're going to make their choice. So it seems like they're getting ready to go on the red rope. Green rope's getting ready to go, and orange rope's ready to go.
Needs to be situated. 15 minutes remaining.
15 minutes already. Time goes quick. So they're setting up a mechanical advantage on the red rope. Setting up a French Prusik, just a variety of wraps, attaching the mechanical advantage to it on the red rope. As you can see, orange line's all ready to go on the GRCS, and green rope is ready to go on the GRCS. So you can see how quick working with the GRCS compared to a block and fiddle and a porter wrap, how quick you can attach and detach your rope, which is amazing to be able to have that efficiency on the job site. Being able to attach a rope to a GRCS is literally just put it through the fair lead, make your wraps in the correct direction of going clockwise. More wraps gives you more friction on the harken winch, and then you're ready to rock and roll. If you guys haven't had a chance to use the GRCS for doing removals, highly recommend it. I've had the fortune of actually using 2 GRCSs on the job site, and it's amazing what you can do with it. I actually had a one unique job where I was taking trees out inside a building, and we brought in 2 GRCSs. We worked from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. They had to move all the department clothes back, and they had these pine spars inside. And we were using GRCSs to basically cut and take them aloft, and we were using electric chainsaws. It was one of my more unique midnight climbing jobs inside a building. So you never know what you get working in this industry, and it's really about using that great tool you have between your ears, your brain. And you always want to grow and develop yourself as an arborist, as a rigger, as a technician, and learn as much as you can. This is a great opportunity right here to learn more. As you can see, these guys are some playing with completely new tools that they've never used before. Some of you guys have not used the GRCS, so it's the first time for them. Taylor gave a little tutorial on it, and now all of a sudden they have a growing experience for themselves. So he's setting up a tag line on the end of the spar, figuring out what's going to be the best plan. It has 2 tag lines on it, and they're going to start winching it up. So they have a green and orange are the 2 main ones. Red is just sort of a pivot point.
Green line and red line. Green line and red line.
So he's trying to keep it from going back.
I'm not concerned about the tape in there now just because that's already done. Just watch this tape. Yep.
So now you take this
There you
piece,
go, guys. That's
bring it aloft.
that's a nice position.
The other part is also not to stay within the rigging triangles in case if the block fails or the rigging point above fails, that you don't come within that triangle. High risk. Using the GRCS to bring it aloft. Now they're going to do release on the green line and pick the red line. But the guy in red would probably want to get to release. Now he's gonna stand it up.
Watch that.
Let off the arms now. Give me some on the orange line. Down on the orange line. Down, yeah. So much slack on the.
Now he's it. We have water dripping off the rigging lines. It did rain last. Now it's key about communication. Red needs a release. Red needs a release. They need to get this red.
Give me an orange line. Down a little bit. Down. I need to bring it this way.
Just don't walk it off at the end. Nice and
So communication's key. Working with the new GRCS.
Red line. Quarter that back off and let's descend on the
tight, I have to crank it up again. Cross over, so you gotta be careful.
Hey guys, we're gonna take some of the orange to reset it. Is that cool? Take a little more of the orange. I'm good.
Got a little challenge on the orange line. Red up a little bit because he's going to release his so they're burning some time here. Time is crucial. Just being safe with what you're doing, being efficient, using the tools to its full capacity is crucial. So they're releasing the mechanical advantage off the red line. Going to bring that down and lower it into the inner triangle or inner rectangle. So they have the mechanical advantage release. Now the only thing, there's no one on green line. They're releasing the French Prusik. Mechanical advantage is off. They're releasing on red line. Coming back to green line. Working as a team. This is a team event. All right, release green line. Time's running. Time's ticking.
Guys, you're almost there. All right, give me some on the orange line. Want some out? Give me some on the orange line. Hold the red line. Give me some on the orange line.
Communication's key. You need to know what you're doing as a team. You need to listen and respond. Call and response. Use a pull pruner to make adjustments to have this land the piece. 9 minutes left. Cool. I had him with me earlier. Come back in. I think he's on range. I think so for him. Okay, but can you come in or no? So he's on a lease. A short lot. So if you can't hear me, wave at me, please. Oh, sorry, I apologize. I've been paying attention to my cameraman. Cool, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I've been cutting in and out. I'm just getting so excited watching these guys work this piece and trying to manipulate it into its little cradle.
I got some guys working.
So they're working on getting the piece in there, trying to figure out which way to release. So it's really got 3 legs working at the same time to be able to drop it in there. This is really a unique challenge of log manipulation. Last year they had another one where you had to bring it over 2 canopies. So now they need to release the orange rope. They should just hold red and release on.
Get the red line tight and pull it some. We need to get it back over in the square, guys.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah. Pull my rope out of your way. Almost got it, guys. Take it through.
Now they need to take a little more red. They released too much red. Time is burning. They love to throw down a challenge at Jambo. There's like no other challenge in the world. Right here in Indianapolis, moving large pieces of wood, using mechanical advantages, using vectors, working as a team. Communication. Just about got disqualified there for going underneath the load. You cannot go underneath the load. So you never want to hang out underneath the load. Very dangerous. Anytime a knot, a rope, a rigging hardware fails because it pushes to its capacity, now all of a sudden that person get hurt or injured very easily. This profession is very dangerous. You want to use your awareness as your key to safety. Safety is crucial. These guys are figuring out what they need to do to get the mechanical advantage back up on the red rope to bring the piece in. They're still working over there on the pour wrap mechanical advantage. They got another VT, they're going to extend it out. Try and get just a little bit of mechanical advantage. They're fighting with the VT or the French Prusik. That's just wraps, so it's not a true VT.
I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to grab a booklet and paper and a pen and clipboard.
So, all lined up in the fiddle block, and they're still fighting it. They have a second Prusik they need to release, a capturing Prusik. So hopefully it's enough of what they need. We'll find out here in a little bit. The piece is just hanging and time is ticking. Only 30 minutes. Trying to break loose the knot, set up a little higher, clearing the rope. 5 minutes is left. I don't think they need to move that piece that far, because all I need to do is pull up a little bit. So they're still trying to advance the hitch for the mechanical advantage, and time is of the essence. There's one guy on the far side trying to set a rope up. I don't know if they have time for that. They're coming back in. Doing a little pull on the red line. As they pull on the red line, they're capturing. Now they brought it back up, but now they need to all lower at the same time to land this right in the center of that triangle, or the rectangle. So they're trying to figure out their plan. Communication's key again. So now it depends when they release their mechanical advantage, or is that going to run into an issue? He's released some mechanical advantage, so they're burning more time here. Again, GRCS, a very quick attach and detach, where, as you can see how long it takes to take advance, or to advance a red line, adding that 5-to-1 mechanical advantage takes time to add and subtract it. So now they're trying to lower it. They're working green, red, and orange all at the same time. The piece is pivoting a little bit, as you can see. He's trying to land the butt so they get right on the end. So they got a warning on the tape. And they hit it again, then it does not count. So now they gotta land it. So he's using a tag line and the pole to come down. So this needs to stand up. So now he's using another pole. They're releasing on orange. They're pivoting down and they get this log right inside. Now, since more of the load is on the ground, he took another wrap off the GRCS because he has less friction. Now they're lowering the piece down. They did get points for that. They move on to the next challenge. They don't have much time left. They're jumping in the nets arena, part of it. They now need to set up a line on the far side and they grab the hitch climber. They got 2 minutes left. Only 2 minutes left. So they got 2 minutes left on this. They're going to continue on. What we can do is get you the tripod. Get you the tripod. So they're setting up the line on the far side, doing another rigging line. They're setting up for the GRCS, I believe. They only have a minute left, I believe. So we'll see if they can get a chance to rig this up. You really want to look at what you're using for connecting ropes, knots, and systems. The more knots you need to tie, the more time it takes. So you really want to be efficient with the knots you choose to use. You really want to use quick systems that allow you to attach and detach, but also know the working limits of the tools you're using, whether it's rope tools, whether it's mechanical or hardware tools, and use them within the safe working load limit. Usually a safe working load would be a 10 factor, 1 to 10. So if your block, say, breaks at 30,000 pounds, you want to stay within 3,000 pounds. Same thing in the sense your block breaks at 10,000 pounds, you want to stay with a load at 1,000 pounds. So work safe, work smart, and make sure that you go home every day like I mentioned earlier. So now they're pulling in another rope. They have a floating block. They're going to do a hard tie off the floating block on the chartreuse or lime green rope on the GRCS. They have another floating block. So what I mean by floating block is they have a pulley up in the tree that is on a rope, and they just ran out of time. Good job, guys. Great challenge. Great way to push capacity. Let's continue on to another event of Jambo. So you've seen Rock Exotica so far, and now we're going to continue on, and that was DMM. Let's go check out job site A and job site B. We have climbers already in the tree in both the two job sites. What's that?
I said I think he's going to switch to Ricky time.
Okay. So we move across the arena in the Jambo Arena 2017. And I think we got Rick in the sports announcer. Not yet, he's working on it. Thank you for tuning in with us on Facebook Live Tree Stuff. You can find all this gear equipment at TreeStuffdotcom. We have a variety of sponsors. Arbor Plus, using technology to leverage. We're going to continue on. Hopefully I don't run out of a line here or communication. We got our climb. How's it going, Mike? Good seeing you. We're live on Facebook right now.
We are?
We are. So we got climbers from all across the U.S., the world. We got some climbers.
All right, what should I be talking about here? Do I have 22 and 23 coming my way? Just, hey. Okay, are you going to tell me when you've... Are you going to earpiece me when I can read straight from the rules? All right, cue me when we're live. Give me a countdown or something. Oh, I'm on camera now? Hi, I'm on camera right now. I'm Ricky Molinex. Welcome to Indianapolis. Welcome to JAMBO4. We are at beautiful Holiday Park for this world's largest tree climbing competition, brought to you by TreeStuffdotcom. It's a beautiful day, a little bit humid. We'll see how that impacts the climbers. As we talk with them throughout the day, we'll get an idea of just what the conditions are like. Right now, we are focusing on our job site challenge. This is one of 2 job site challenges that will take place during the competition. There are a few different tasks that are indicated by ringing bells, whether they be small pruning cuts, as well as cleaning up a tree and making larger cuts. Those are signified and notified to our judges by ringing certain bells around the course. Throughout the day, Chad Brey is kind of our roving correspondent. He's actually been moving throughout the morning, checking out the competitions, talking with the climbers. Of course, he was the 2015 JAMBO Champion, so who better to take you throughout the competition than Chad? And so, kind of a full list of the rules for the Job Site Challenge. As I mentioned, scores are given for completing each work style task, including ringing a bell for making a small pruning cut, ringing a chainsaw bell for removing a limb, and dumping and cleaning up debris buckets. The standard bells must be rung using a handsaw. Chainsaw bells are rung using the provided chainsaw. Obviously, the chainsaw should not be started while doing this, as well as if you break the chainsaw, that can result in disqualifications. Climbers are encouraged to make chainsaw sounds once they ring those bells. The climber must make the call of the bell and its number, which is printed on the bell, before ringing it. You'll want to make sure that you confirm with an official before leaving the station. Debris buckets must be dumped from the tree, and all debris must be cleaned up and placed in a neat pile outside the ring, and also announcing staying clear and waiting for a response from the officials before dumping that bucket. Each debris bucket contains 20 dowels. The bucket should not be disconnected or removed. No debris should be thrown. If anyone is struck by debris, the round would end and the crew would record their score up to that point. Time ends only when these conditions are met. All of these conditions, either all bells in the all bells in the challenge have been rung, all debris buckets have been dumped, and all debris is piled neatly outside the ring, and all gear and all crew members have left the ring. If a crew completes all tasks within the time limit, the total score for that challenge, after any deductions have been taken, is increased by 10%. So those are the rules of the competition. The officials are wearing these dark navy blue shirts, much like myself, so as we go to shots, those are the people that are watching that event, and hopefully those climbers can do the best they can with that event. The score sheets and scores should be posted each day. We have climbers from all over the world, including around the Midwest, from both the west and east coast of the United States. We have we have Canadian climbers, I should say, from Toronto and Quebec. We also have a team from France and a pair of teams from Germany. People all over the world come to Jambo. It's a great event, and something that certainly TreeStuffdotcom looks forward to putting on every single year. Well, as we wait for, I understand that the Intercontinentals and Kraut and Wurst, the two German teams, will be looking to get comments from them once they come off of Job Site Challenge B. We will wait for them and look forward to those comments. Is there any way to cool down the mic at the desk? Very good. I absolutely need to take down this thing.
Tagline, they get 2 down. I appreciate this is one of our great volunteers dedicated to making this event happen, and it does not happen without our volunteers, without our technicians, without people behind the scene. And also, I really want to just sort of dovetail into a particular thing.
I got to take this one.
There he goes. I was going to add in another question for you, but cool. I'll come back around. Thanks so much, ladies. Really appreciate it. That was Toyfenberger doing a great job supplying us with ropes to be safe while we climb aloft. So we started the group going after it in the Rock Exotica rigging challenge. And we have a climber aloft. He is some reason going on the underside of the limb, fighting his rope system. He's going to lanyard in. He's using a Zilon to his lanyard, and now he's bringing a single rope around the front side. He is always secured whenever you go aloft in a tree. You do not want to free climb. Free climb is not a choice or option. If you free climb, you slip, you fall down, you get hurt or injured. You want to make sure that anytime you go aloft in the tree that you're completely secure and safe. So now they're figuring out their plan for the next piece. And over on the far side, you see in the DMM ring, they're reloading the log. And time has expired in the Rock Exotica experience, or actually rigging challenge. So great job, guys, here. We're going to continue on to, let's see here, I think DMM is not set up yet. So how far can you travel? Wherever you want to go. Can we get all the way down to the crane over there? Crane over there? I'm getting some funny looks at my sound booth. We're pushing some capacity here today. So since we have a little bit of downtime as between these crews, we're going to go touch base with a couple of our vendors here today. So we're going to run into our little vendor arena. Say hello. You can try it? Okay, cool. Oh, hey, we changed cameramen. Do we get safety glasses for you? There you go, he's going blue. So what we have is for your PPE is your helmet, safety glasses, footwear, and what do you got here? So we're in the Petzl booth. We got Tom here from New Zealand. So you can get us in New Zealand, right?
Yeah, just a lot more expensive.
Just a lot more expensive. So you like buy it here, take it home.
Hoping to score some deals, yeah.
Totally, nice, cool. So what do you like to use the Petzl equipment?
Oh, carry tools, you can't go past. You've got to have a couple of those on you.
Very true, carry tools are very nice.
Yep, and the Petzl Ascension is like the original hand ascender, and it just kicks ass, so.
It does. Actually, I've transitioned into the basic, but I don't see it on the table. Have you ever used the basic at all?
I'd use the Kroll, which is like the newer version.
It is, but the Kroll is set up for more of the chest harness, so I use my basic as my ascension piece.
Oh, cool, nice.
And then, actually, you know what? If you want to hang out right here, I'm going to grab some hardware out of my bag, and I'll show you what I use.
Oh, sure, man.
How's it going, sir?
Chad?
Good seeing you.
What's up, buddy?
We're live on Facebook right over there. I'll be coming by a little bit to interview you. The only thing is I can't hear you, though. I apologize, Jeremy.
I had to self-model.
You got a self-model?
I had to self-model.
Oh, nice. Cool. So what we got here is they got some 2 IDs. They don't have a rig out here. So what I really prefer to use personally is I run the rig. So have you ever used one of these before?
I have a couple of times, yeah.
Oh, nice. Cool. And then now we go into, can I actually have you hold the mic?
Go on. Ooh, that's so official.
I know, you're so official. You do a great job at it.
Cheers, man.
You're going legendary, aren't you? So what we have here is I refined my system from when I won Jambo in 2015, where I used a ascender. And so I was using the basic ascender and then doing a Prusik above it, or VT above it. Now I actually attach 2 ascenders, basic. And then this attaches right here, connects to where basically it floats near the sternum. Yep. And then this attaches to my right foot, and then I have my foot ascender, my Pantene on the other side. Okay. And I literally just walk right up the rope, and this controls this here. That's no chest harness at all.
Just an ascent device, though.
Yes, just an ascent.
You have to transition to.
Then I transition to the rig. So okay. I'll clip in, so it's really clip, clip. I'm ready to rock and roll. Clip my foot ascender in, and off up the tree I go. Once I get up in the tree, then what I'll do is I'll bring the rig out, and then flip the side plate open. Drop the rope in there, clip in, and then what I do is just basically step on the strap here, release the lower ascender, slide the rig up. Now I'm fully loaded in the rig, detach the top ascender, and I'm ready to rock and roll on the rig.
Sweet.
So it really depends on what system you use. This is just one system of many systems, because you use a rope runner?
I'm using a rope wrench at the moment.
Rope wrench? Yeah. Nice. Rope wrench is a great tool.
Yeah, great to transition to double rope if you're up the tree and you need something that changes.
You could definitely go, yeah. So do you do like a long tail then?
A long tail on the...
On your canopy anchor.
Oh, you know, we base anchor and then get my groundy to release it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a lazy
Nice.
climber, so...
Sweet. No, you're leveraging technology. You're leveraging your, wait, what do you call them?
Groundies?
Groundies. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was just curious.
What do you guys call them?
Well, you can call them groundy or groundies, I guess, but groundsman,
Okay.
groundsperson,
Fair enough.
ground personnel.
Politically challenged.
So, no, not politically challenged. You're all good. Cool. So, you seen some things you can take home?
Yeah, I think I might... Oh, I'm looking at this for a shortening my bridge. Instead of having a D-ring and then my carabiner into my hitch climber, I'm just trying to shorten it as much as possible. So I've got more reach on branch walks with the rope wrench.
Yep.
So I'm just trying to see how this will run.
So the only challenge you're going to run into is already with your bridge. It's going to be facing this way.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm aware of that.
You're aware of that? Cool.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I mean, I normally like to have my carabiner float this way when I'm in a double rope or a moving rope system.
Yeah.
So it all depends on your system, which way it lines up. But that's where you get it all tuned in. You're good to go.
Yeah, you've got to give it a go. Otherwise, you don't know, do you?
No, you
It
don't.
might work. Might hate it, but then I'm sure there's some use for it.
Oh, well, there's always use for some nice piece of
Some
aluminum.
shiny equipment.
Totally.
Yeah.
It's always about the collection. But then you really, you expand, and then you find out, you go, oh, you know what, this doesn't work, and then you contract, and you go, you know what, I really refined this system.
Yeah, and then you try and travel, and you're like, oh, I don't want to leave this gear behind. I don't want to leave this gear behind. I don't want to have like a 100 kg gear bag. So you've got to have minimal equipment, really.
What is a 100 kg bag? I was kidding. we go by pounds over here. We're standard. You guys are all metric down there, which is great. It's way easier, but for some reason we like to challenge ourselves and go inches, go into feet, and all that fun stuff. And you're like, metrics?
Yeah, metrics easy.
Cool. And that's the same thing with forces, way easier. By the way, since we're here at the Petzl booth, along the carabiner, you have all this lovely information. The minimum braking strength of the kilonewtons. So this one here is 27 kilonewtons. If you load along the spine of the carabiner, and then you have where if you load, so you know all the information, right?
Yeah.
So what's the next one about?
Next, we've got 8 kilonewtons side loading with the gate shut, and then you.
Now wait, is that good or bad?
Well, it's not ideal. You've got a lot less strength.
Totally. So you go from 27 down to
8, which is.
So wait, that's
That's a huge. Yeah, I'm not going to go percentages.
A huge gap. Yeah. Are you not doing a percentage in your head?
Nah. Can you?
1%.
1%.
No, it's percentage.
Oh right. Okay.
Yeah, I just did a percentage in my head.
I like it.
I did the accurate one. I just gave you a percentage.
Right. Shortcuts in America. I love
it. So then you have the 8 kilonewtons, and what happens once you open the carabiner?
Once you open the carabiner and load it along the spine, you've got 8 kilonewtons as well.
Nice.
So
You totally do.
still super. It's a huge drop in strength from 27 to 8.
It is. So you want to make sure you work safely and know the capacity of the gear and equipment you use.
Absolutely.
And also maintain your gear and equipment because your life depends on it.
Absolutely, yeah. Buy good equipment and stay alive.
Yeah. And that's one thing that's great is that when you come to like a Jambo here or a tree climbing competition, you get to meet the vendors and reps and stuff like that and really get a chance to ask them about their testing, what they do, because your life depends on it. So you really want to go with a reputable company. You don't want to go down to the hardware store and buy a carabiner from the hardware store.
No. Cheaper, but not worth it.
Yeah, your life's not worth it. My life's not worth it. So I'd rather make sure you're safe. You come back to America anytime you want to.
Absolutely. Oh, I'll take you up on that, man.
Sweet.
Awesome. Sweet, you guys heard it. I've got that.
Got that on tape.
Brilliant. Sweet.
Cool. Cheers, mate.
I'm going to head that off.
Sweet. So what we're going to do is we're going to travel a little bit back this way. I'm going to drop this gear off. And they actually have a human crane over yonder. So we're going to continue over here. We're going to take a look at what they're doing. And we'll continue jumping around through our vendors and say hello to all these great people. So this is a great event. It's called the Human Crane. And what they do is they have 4 systems. Oh, this is like a mini human crane. The smallest one of them all. So you have a rope wrench. You have a doubled rope system, or basically a MRS system. You have a rope runner, which is a single rope system, or SRS. So she's hanging out there in a new tribe. And what they do is they get to start off on a point to the right over here. We'll go around the other side. There's throw lines everywhere. Try and get you in there, so they have to bring one of the boxes up onto the stump and retrieve it, and then they get what's in the box. The thing is you don't know what's in the box. So that's the challenge of trying to figure out. You might get sawdust, you might get branches, you might get a log, or you might get a new rope runner or a set of carabiners. There's a huge variety of prizes inside those boxes. So go ahead and come out and challenge yourself on doing the human crane. We're going to continue on. We'll swing back through. We'll see what's going on here. We'll say hello to Mr. Sterling. How's it going, sir?
Going well. How are you?
Nice, good. Chad Brey?
Dave Avro.
Cool, Dave. Thank you for being out here today. So you're with Sterling, is that correct?
I am. Sterling Rope.
Nice. So tell us about what we got going on here today.
Brought a couple samples and things for everyone to look at. A bunch of our different lines, climbing lines, rigging lines, bucket evac kits, different cords, hitch cords, all kinds of neat and fun stuff.
Very nice. So you just mentioned a bucket evac kit. You know, climbing lines, amazing, great. We really appreciate them because your life depends on it. But this is something unique that you guys just have, right?
Yeah, it is pretty unique.
So for those people out there that use buckets or go aloft in a bucket, whether it's a Alltech or whatever, I'm not going to already name the name, but if we go through whatever bucket it might be, there can be issues where the hydraulic failure or something else goes on where they can't get out of the bucket. This system now, you can actually clip in with it and...
Yep, and then you can attach it up there, attach it to yourself, and easily lower yourself down, right down to the ground with it. So nice and simple.
Nice. Well, that is crucial in the sense of having something that you can basically bring with you in the bucket. So if you do run into any type of mechanical issues or hydraulic issues, that now all of a sudden they can exit, get out of the bucket. So how much does one of these evacuation kits cost?
Right in the like $260 range.
Okay.
Or something like that.
Sweet. So very simple. $260 is worth your life. You can actually get yourself out of a bad situation. Really simple, really easy. So what is it? This right here is a levering cam, or?
Yeah, this is it's our F3 device. So all it is once you put some weight onto it, all you're going to do is just squeeze, and it allows you to go down.
Nice. So it's a very simple system where it's already set up, it's already woven, it's already stitched. Yep. We have steel snap on there, so you just clip that into the anchor point.
And it's nice and small too, so it doesn't take up a lot of room in the bucket because you're limited in space anyways.
Oh, totally.
And it's designed so you can just hang it right up in there out of your way. So.
Sweet. So it comes with a great bag that's actually set up for you inside the bucket, where you can have it. Do you usually attach it to yourself, or do you usually attach it to the bucket?
Well, the top part you're going to attach to the bucket.
Oh, no,
part.
I mean the bag itself.
The bag itself? No, you could just leave it there. Throw it down over with the rope.
Sweet. So I was thinking about storage-wise. I was thinking, do the guys usually have it on themselves when they're in the bucket before they use it?
No, you can actually just attach it inside the bucket on like a little hook or something in there. That's all.
Nice. So you can actually mount this inside the bucket while you're working aloft, and then when you need it, you just basically grab it, clip it into yourself, clip it in the bucket, throw the bag down, and you're ready to rescue yourself out. It's a great way to be able to exit out. So what other toys you got over here? You got, looks like a little, tell me about that.
Little thimble prusik here, which you can see is kind of wrapped on our ultimate positioning lanyard we do. So lots of little things you can do with this. So
nice. So you got a little thimble wrap, your ultimate lanyard.
Yep.
What else do you got going on?
We've got some of our barks over here hanging. So our basal anchor rigging chains. So you can attach these around, use these for all different things. You might even be using them over in some of the rigging events right now going on. So.
Sweet. So this is for rigging around the base. Do you also use that for attaching the wood pieces on the loft?
Yep. You can. You could do that. You could. Some people wrap around the bottom of a tree to attach like a porter wrap. And so forth on them.
Totally. So this is a great little chain system you can use. You actually basically would feed the end of the strap through. So let me just pull this out real quick. So what's the braking strength of these?
On those, I'd have to actually see what the total is on this.
Okay.
These ones are a little different. These are the chain reactors, so these are a little bit smaller than the
barks. Okay, cool. Let's grab bark one.
Yeah. So the barks are.
Let's go bark instead of chain reactor.
So this one's from end to end, around a little over 6,000.
Okay, so we go end to end like this, 6,000. So then blue is our indicator on which one we want to load on?
The blue, the colors, these are actually color coded for size.
Okay.
So the blue is actually, blue and yellow one is our 60-inch one, and then the red and blue is actually 103 inches. So
oh, nice.
That way you can see them in the truck and you know which size you're trying to grab.
Nice. And so then you basically go around whatever piece of wood you want to do and then feed through either one, the next one,
feed through
the next one.
Whatever loop you want.
So it's a great way to have a quick adjustment and easy attachment. So that's you guys that know how to tie knots. It works out amazing, right?
There you go.
So first day, you can go ahead and use a bark adjuster and boom, they're attached quick, very easy. Cool. Anything else that you want to share with us? Well, thank you so much for being out here. We appreciate all the stuff you guys do to the industry, what you provide for the industry. So thank you very much. Enjoy Jambo.
All right, I will. Thanks.
Cool. You're welcome. Cool. We'll continue on. You guys want to repeat that again in my ear? Okay, sweet. Sounds good. Let's see who we got available. Let's go back to the ladies at Teufenberger since they're sitting in their booth. Actually, no, we're going to stop at camp along the way. Cool. How you guys doing?
Good. Good.
Sweet.
How you doing?
Good language. That's part of the rule book.
Yeah.
I heard it far. So cool. So we have Doug here. Sorry to completely interrupt.
No worries, man.
Live feed. And we have who?
Jack.
We have Jack here at camp. So Jack, tell us about camp here.
Camp is a 128-year-old Italian company out of Italy. They've been in the same village for that long, and they're a big high-end adventure sport company, but they've been doing safety now for about 12 years throughout the world. So we mainly focus on arborist and rope access industry. So the whole idea is super technical, super lightweight, good value.
Nice. I love being super technical, super lightweight. So you got a variety of harnesses, helmets, and some hardware here?
Yeah, for sure.
Tell me a little bit about your harnesses first.
Harnesses, big thing about the harnesses is the buckle system. We do a really super low profile buckle called an STS buckle. So it's not your normal seatbelt buckle. And then just a redesigned bridge. But the biggest thing is super lightweight, super heavy duty.
So wait, did you catch that on the film? That was a sweet, amazing buckle. I just saw it for the first time.
Really cool, huh?
So basically, we have a patent STS buckle. So it's all stainless. So you're basically slide, twist, and slide. And so the spring's internal. It's loaded. So you come back in and do this. Low profile on the leg, and then as you're moving or climbing, you get some movement, some flow. So it's not just a piece of steel right there on your quad.
Right.
Moves with you, don't
Yeah.
That is a piece of artwork right there. Just beautiful.
Sweet, huh?
When I saw when you first did it, my eyes were like that. They literally got bigger.
So we're super psyched to see how the arbor guys, tear it up.
Totally.
I really
not
like
tearing
the
up.
bridge design there.
So the whole
Tell-
idea is to see how it's going to hold up with you guys. If you guys can not break it, then we know we've got a good design.
True story. If you want to see if it can get broken, just give
Oh,
it
I
to a
know.
tree guy.
I know.
Yeah,
For sure.
definitely. We will destroy things. That is what we do.
So
Tell us about this bridge configuration you got going on.
well, the bridge is something where it's a new bridge design they came out with in Italy. We do a lot of work with a lot of people in the Netherlands and a lot of arbor companies over there. So we basically